family. I didn't see you there. And welcome back to another edition of Crenshaw Corner. I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the best part of my day, the apple of my eye, the best person that I know, the pebbles to my bam bam.
Yes, for the Flintstones. What's going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw. Guys, what is
That's my wife family.
On?
That is my wife family.
What's up?
Nothing much, babe. I always want to start with just gratitude and thanking the family. So for our new family members, our new listeners, welcome. We are so happy that you're joining us. However you found us, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Play, whether it's iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, or on our own personal website.
Come on now.
At www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We are so happy to have you. For our returning family members, you already know how we feel about you.
Yeah.
We love you guys so much. We thank you for being with us since day one. We thank you for being a part. We thank you for letting us into your homes, into your cars, into your ears, into your life. We just thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And as always, welcome to the cookout.
Yes, guys, make sure you bring some aluminum foil so you can take something with you. Make sure you take something with you.
That's right.
Even if it's one little chicken nugget, take it.
We always say that one thing on this podcast, we like to have fun. We like to enjoy each other.
Yes.
We will go down several rabbit holes.
We will.
But the one thing we always try to do is make sure we impart something. We try to leave you with something that you can apply, something you can take with you. So as always, bring your aluminum foil.
Yes.
Just to make sure you can do that. We consider ourselves an interactive podcast.
We are.
So what that means is that we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, all under Crenshaw Corner. And then, of course, you can always reach us via our email address at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yes.
We always love hearing from you.
Yes.
Hey, babe, what's going on?
Okay, so first of all, guys, what is going on? Let me explain something to you. I was online.
You was online?
Megan Good, the actress, and her husband. Watch, I never remember his name.
Mr. Megan Good, I don't know.
That's not nice.
No, it's not.
That's not cool.
I don't know the gentleman's name.
What is his name?
I don't know, but
anyway,
I will find out for you.
You gonna find out?
Yeah,
because you're a good husband.
I'm gonna do that for you.
So, her and her husband were talking, and they've been married for a while. I think they actually wrote a book, and they were talking about their celibacy before they got married and all of that good stuff. And one thing that she said that they were talking about was the reason why she was scared to get married was because she didn't want to lose herself.
Oh wow.
She didn't want to lose herself. She didn't want to lose. She felt like she was going to get married and submerge into marriage and being his wife, and then that she would lose the part of her. And she's a Leo. So
Devon Franklin.
Devon Franklin.
They've been married since 2012.
Yes. So she said losing herself, and basically she's a Leo, so she's a lion, and she was like, she didn't feel like she wanted to be a caged lion.
Right.
And so that was very difficult for her. I mean, they got married, but she was just like, it was very difficult. And so my question, I don't know if we've talked about it I don't know if I've talked about it, if you talked about it, or maybe I've talked more about it. But I want to ask you, now that we've been married as long as we have.
20 years.
20 years.
About to be 21.
Do you feel at any time from the first year to now that you've ever felt like you was losing yourself?
Yes.
Because I know we said we lost ourselves in reference to the children because we were so busy doing for the kids and
Right.
But losing Sanchez.
Yes.
The essence of who he is.
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay.
That's a yes.
Well, that was a quick answer.
I didn't even have to think about that. That's a yes.
So elaborate on it. Like, tell me what when you say yes, you felt like you lost yourself.
Well, what happened was that, and let me start with everything I'm about to say is no knock on you. It's nothing about you. It's no disrespect to you.
I'm cute. I'm good.
You're cute. You're good. It's just my perspective at that time, and actually going through it a little bit is still kind of my perspective from time to time.
Right.
What happened was that I'm trying to think of the best way to put this.
However you put it down, player.
Okay.
Put it down.
So what happened for me is that I no longer mattered. The only thing that mattered was making sure that you were okay.
Okay.
Making sure that you had what you wanted, that you had the love that I felt like you deserved, that you was able to chase your dreams, you were able to live. Everything for me was about you.
Right, absolutely.
To make sure that, for me, I became a place setter, if that makes sense. So I wanted to set the table for you.
Okay.
So whatever you wanted, I wanted to make sure I set the table for you to have.
Right.
So whether it was the t-shirt business that you started, I wanted to make sure that I could set the table for that.
Right.
Whether it was the meditation, I wanted to make sure I could set the table for that. Whether it was your girls group that you started, I wanted to make sure I set the table for that. When we were making baskets and we were doing gift baskets and candles and things like that, that was your brainchild, a brainchild of you. So I wanted to make sure I set the table for you.
Right.
So what happened for me is that my dream became making sure that you had your dream. So I wasn't really worried about me being fulfilled personally,
right,
or me chasing my dreams or me following my path.
Right.
For me, it became, I want to make sure that Angela has everything that she needs.
Right.
To follow her dream, to follow her path,
right,
to whatever God placed in her, to make sure that I was not being a hindrance to that,
right,
but I would help her through that process. And so what happened is that I got to the point where I stopped even wanting anything. I stopped wanting anything personally for me. Only thing I wanted to make sure is that you were happy, to make sure you were good, and to make sure that everything I was doing was to make sure that you were being benefited behind it.
And that was an issue for me because, as you know, I would come to you and we'd have these meetings and I'd be like, babe, what do you want to do? What's your dream? What's your aspiration? I would even come to like, what's your dream? And then what's your dream for for the family?
Right.
And what's your dream for the marriage? And you would be like, I don't really know, babe. I mean, like, we're going down a good path. You would give me the okie doke because I guess now I understand now because you didn't dream for yourself. You didn't dream for yourself, but you didn't have a mission statement for where you were going or a plan for you because you were so busy trying to do this thing.
My plan, my mission statement was give Angela everything she wanted at all costs. That was my mission statement. That was my goal. So whether it was working multiple jobs, whether it was, working a third shift job to turn around, to have enough time to get a shower, get home,
and do the next job.
Right. Whether it meant working 6 days a week, working 7 days a week, not really, it didn't matter.
Right.
The only thing that mattered was my baby has a dream, and I never wanted to be a point where she say I was ever a hindrance,
right,
or I was not supportive,
right,
in what she wanted.
But was that your thought? Because I've never said that to you.
No,
I always tell you that I think you're the greatest husband, the greatest. Everything that I've ever, like you just said, honestly, I wish, somebody like, I can't even like, I have nothing, because that is what you have always done. And so, but over and over again, over time, I was like, babe, do you, and you'd be like, I am doing me. The family's happy. And that was, and they used to irritate me because I'm like, babe, like, go get something. I would tell you, go get something I would even tell you, go get something for yourself. Go do something for yourself. Go on vacation by yourself. And you'd be like, I can go in my room. Yeah. Who says that? That's not a vacation for yourself. It was
for me, because by that time I had, and like I said, when I say this, I know in some context it may sound bad, but I had been down that dark road for so long. I was lost. I didn't know.
Right. So,
and I'm not saying, and I don't regret anything. I'm not saying it was bad. I would do it all over again. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I had traveled down that road so long.
Right.
I was at the point of no return.
Right. And the reason why I wanted to do that, because I heard Megan's good perspective of it, right? And then they kind of shot to the husband. They start talking about something else. But I wanted to know what a male perspective. And you're my husband, but you're a male, of course. But anyway, is I a male? But I wanted to know, because we so many times hear the women perspective. Right. I gave up everything and blah, 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 blah. But most men don't say what you're saying. Again, because I think they don't want to hurt their wife's feelings or their family feeling. Like they feel like, oh, she don't care, or he didn't care, or whatever the case is. I wanted just to open the door for you to just say your truth about it. Because I'm not offended by it, because I knew it, and I would always be fighting you about it. But I don't know if couples have that conversation where they ask the husband, hey, did you feel like you get, because most, like, I gave up for motherhood, but asking the husband or the father, do you feel like you gave up something and lost a part of yourself?
In my opinion, my humble opinion. As I can ascertain.
Wait.
It's
don't do it.
No.
Okay, just tell me where it came from. Go ahead, because it's going to kill you if you don't. Go
TC.
ahead. Who the heck is TC, babe?
He's a guy. He's an internet comedian I follow on Instagram. he does like skits. Clayton, he does skits and stuff. And one thing he does is he'll show a video, like some random crazy stuff happening, and then he'll kind of do a reaction to it.
Right.
And then the first thing he said is, "I can ascertain." Anyway,
but does he sit up like that with his
yeah, he does.
Pointed like you just did?
Yeah, he does. He really does.
Okay, carry on. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, but go ahead.
No, but I think what happens is, in my humble opinion, it's a double-edged sword when it comes to that. Mm-hmm. Because it can so easily become a situation where you're sounding selfish. And because what happens is you have to be real careful in certain situations having that conversation.
Okay.
Because it can real easily go from I to you. And it can real easily go from this is how I feel.
Unpack it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Me saying that I feel okay. So if I come to you, if a male comes to his spouse and says, "Well, babe, I feel like I gave up this for you," or I feel like I lost myself for this.
Right.
That conversation can easily turn into, "Well, I never asked you to," and now that person's feeling attacked. Right. Like you sacrificed something for them, and
right.
I mean, it can go wrong.
But not hearing the heart of it.
Right. Because one thing we do, especially as a married couple, we will turn a situation so quickly into us, into me. It becomes a me situation very quickly. And so what I'm saying, I feel this way, and this is what I feel like I've done or I've sacrificed. The other person turns into a me situation, and now they're feeling attacked.
Right. Or the easy route to go is like, first of all, let me tell you what I gave up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I've done. Like, you're not the only person that gave up your dreams. It's almost like Fences. I think him and Denzel and Viola Davis, and she was like,
Troy. When it's Troy.
And she said to him, I was standing here with you when you gave all of this up. But, and it was a whole big scene about that. But I would prefer to hear your heart, right? And again, we didn't talk about this before, like we never do. But I wanted to empty my cup so I could hear you and not be like, oh, well, babe, this is what I gave up and we gave up. Because we both know what we've given up. We
both made sacrifices in this marriage.
Right, but we've never really talked about your aspect of it, your thought process, and what you feel.
And also with that, it's a strange place for men across the board. It's a strange place for men. It's a strange place for fathers, because a lot of it for husbands, because a lot of it is where you're supposed to. You're supposed to make the sacrifices. If it's a situation where if anything has to be done, it's supposed to be you. So what you want a cookie for doing what you're supposed to do? Because that's a lot of people's way of thinking.
But that's hurtful.
It is. It's
hurtful because life is an option. You can say supposed to all day. There's so many men that's supposed to do a whole lot of things, and a whole lot of wives that's supposed to do a whole lot of things that they don't do. I think that it's an option and a choice by heart that you want, like you said, you want to do that for me, or you want to do that for the family. And sometimes when you hear you supposed to, it makes the other person feel bad, like, so still, did you not see me? Did you not hear me?
It makes it seem like
it's insignificant.
Yeah, like the sacrifice you did or what you gave up,
right?
Became insignificant and it didn't mean anything.
Right.
And going back, like I said, no, it's not something you ever asked me to do. It's not something you ever told me to do. But it's something I wanted to do. Right. And I think also part of that, it was a little selfish in me as well. Because if I'm really honest, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know. And we've kind of touched on this before, because growing up, I didn't really have, my biggest dream growing up, up until I was about 12 or 13 years old. I say this flippantly all the time, but it's honestly true. Growing up, my biggest aspiration was to be Batman. Right. That's what I wanted to do. I was trying to figure out a way how to be Batman. Right. I'm 13 trying to figure out how to be Batman. Right. Because I was never taught how to dream. I was never taught what a dream looks like. I was never taught what a goal looks like. I wasn't taught, write a plan, make it plain. I was never taught that. So it was so much easier for me to say, you know what? Let me just use her. Right. Let me use my wife as my scapegoat. So anytime she tries to have the conversation with me about my dreams, about my aspirations, about my plan for me, I can just put it off on, well, babe, my focus is you. I want to make sure that you're able to do what you want to do.
Tell the truth, Sanchez.
I want to make sure that you're happy. My happiness is your happiness.
Yeah, that was your favorite line.
That was my favorite line.
That's your favorite line right there, bro. Come on now.
As long as you're happy, I'm happy. Good.
And that irritated me to no end because I wanted, as your best friend, as your wife, I wanted you to dream as big as I did. I wanted you to dream as much as I did. And I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to be able to follow you. Like follow your dream with you. The way that you poured into mine, the way that you put money into mine, the way that you put in the time, I wanted to do the same exact thing for you, but you wouldn't give me anything to work with. It was like, that drove me insane. But now that I hear you, like, wow.
Because if I'm being honest.
Wow.
Because it was, wow. It's the same situation if you come to me and asking me for water out my bucket. But I never tell you my bucket is empty. I never tell you.
Because you don't show it to me.
I don't ever show it to you. I never tell you that, although I have this huge bucket, there's not a drop of water in it.
Right.
And so I couldn't give you something I didn't have.
Right.
And so that's why I was really good at the old
okey doke.
The old okey doke. Look at the left, look at the right hand. Don't pay attention to the left. Focus on this right hand.
Focus on this.
Oh, look at this left hand. Ain't nothing going on.
Everything is about you, baby. Everything is about you.
Yeah. And so, but like I said, it was easy for me to just be like, babe, I love you. My happiness is your happiness. What dream do you have? How can we make this happen? Because if we start talking about me too much, now it forces me to come to some realizations that I didn't want to come to.
Right.
It forces me to realize, hey, dude, you ain't really got a plan for your life. Hey, dude, you ain't really got a whole lot of dreams out here you're racing towards. You talk about dreams a lot. You real good for posting online
about a dream,
about chasing your dreams and what dreams mean, and don't give up. You real good about pulling a quote from somebody else's quote about how don't lose your dream, chase your dream. You real good about being that social media type, posting all these quotes, but when we get down to it, dog, you a fraud. Because you ain't got not nary a dream.
Not what?
Not nary. You ain't got not nary a dream. Go ahead, talk like
your mama Linda. Not nary dream. Not nary dream.
That you actually yourself believe in.
Right.
And so it was so much easier for me because I chose to lose myself. Because to me, self was already lost. Right. So it's easier to go down that path, but now I got something better to focus on. So let me turn all my attention to my beautiful wife. Because yes, she deserves it. Right. She deserves to do everything. Right. Because if I'm honest, you had a hard life. Right. Growing up and situations you were put in and a lot of things out of your control that you had to deal with, contend with, and then being a mother of a very young age, basically you and the older boys were raised together, basically, and so I'm like, okay, so she struggled for all this time and she's had all these adversities, all right, let me set her up for success. Let me do whatever I can.
But not set yourself up.
I wasn't worrying about that right then.
And not even allowing me to help you set yourself. I think you didn't allow me to step in until you wrote the first book. Yeah. Then it was like, okay, I think that's when you realized that, I got something. And I got something.
And let's be honest about that too. Just for a minute. Yes, I wrote my first book. Yes, it was semi-successful. I got a lot of great feedback on it. I sold copies to this day, and that book has been out almost 5 years. And to this day, I still have people asking me about, when is the sequel coming? Right. When is the next book going to drop? Are you writing? I have people in my circle asking me pretty much on a daily basis, are you writing?
What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on? And I give them the old okey doke, and I tell them,
you say my apologies.
Yeah, I thought I had put her on. I thought I had put.
But why she answered at the right time? My apologies.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
It was like right on point with it. But anyway, go ahead.
But I give them the old okey doke of saying, I'm busy, work, I got so much going on.
Look at the left hand, don't look at the right.
Look at the right hand, don't pay attention to the left. Right. When in all honesty, I don't really believe in that dream.
Because we talked about that.
Yeah,
we talked about that.
I know I'm a decent writer. I don't believe I'm a good writer. I know I have stories to tell. I'm not sure if anybody's willing to listen to them.
Right.
So because yes, I would love to be a New York Times best-selling author. I would love to be top 10 in book sales.
Right.
I would love to be considered the next James Patterson.
Right.
You know, or this generation's James Patterson.
Right.
You know, I would love that. But I don't know if I truly believe in myself enough to do that.
Right.
So what do? I stop focusing on that and say, okay, what's Angie's next thing?
Right.
What does she want to do?
Right.
Okay.
Once again.
Because
we had the argument. Because my thing was, babe, hello, bruh. Take 2 hours. If you could play the game for an hour, and we just being transparent. Yeah. If you could play the game for an hour, you could write. I'm only asking you to write maybe 3 or 4 pages because people are looking for the book. And I think that you're a great writer. I don't think you're a good writer. I think you're a great writer. And I do, you make that now James Patterson, because I tell you all the time, I think you're the James Patterson of this, and not about color, but just African American James Patterson. And so, but for some reason, you get engulfed. And I don't even think it's more this season. When you were doing that, engulfed in me, it was more engulfed in corporate America at that point. It was like, because you were moving, you moved up the ladder at such a rate that was ridiculous. And even now, the promotions you get is off the chart. I don't even know how you do it. But I believe that you took that kind of success from corporate America because you was and then put your dream on the back burner, because that writing books was your dream. Spoken word was your dream. You wrote books, plays, and everything, and that was your dream. But I think when the success started coming from corporate America and you were moving up the ladder and all of that, I think that's when the books got further and further behind. Yeah. Except me having an attitude going, bro, like, are you kidding me?
And also, it was easier that way because if I'm with a Fortune 500 company, if I'm with a company,
I know what you're about to say. Go ahead, say it.
And it goes wrong.
It ain't you.
It ain't me.
It ain't you.
It's the company.
It's the company. Come
on. The company. The company failed. The company failed. The company made bad decisions.
Right.
You know. My bosses made bad decisions. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I did everything I was supposed to do.
Right.
But when it comes to my books, when it comes to my spoken word, when it comes to my plays, when it comes to my creativity, if that's not well received, if that doesn't go well,
it's you.
I got nobody to blame but me. That's on me. So once again, what I do, instead of allowing myself to set myself up for that failure
and be okay with it,
because
that's if you fail.
If I fail.
If you fail.
But easier. Okay, what's Ange's next focus? All right, so Ange wants to do meditation. Okay, what can I do? How can I support? What can I do for that?
Right.
All right, Ange wants to do this. Ange wants to do that.
Right.
All right, so let me engulf and lose myself in what she's doing,
so I don't have to think about this again.
So I have to think about this again, because the one thing I know is that whatever my wife touches is going to be a success.
Right.
I have 3,000% confidence in anything that she puts her hands on. Because to be honest, and not blowing smoke and not just trying to brownie points because you're my wife, but you have a Midas touch.
Thank you.
Everything you touch turns to gold.
Thank you.
Whether it's an idea for you or whether it's an idea for someone else, everything you touch turns to gold.
Well, here's the problem with that.
What's up?
Like you, I just have to say this. Like you, our son, our daughter, and our sons, you know that. But when I try to help you guys, I get a denial stamp. I have tried to help you with the books, and I told you, let me manage you and blah, 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 blah. And I get a stamp of denial no matter how hard I push. What is that then? Because when you know that.
It's okay.
And your children do it as well.
Yeah, it's okay because it's simple. It sounds, the answer I'm about to give you sounds crazy, but it's so true. We didn't ask you to. We didn't ask for it.
Right.
You try to impart your wisdom forcefully. We didn't ask for your advisory.
Right.
So because we didn't ask for it, and when you try to force it upon us, it does not go well. And actually, like our youngest son said, the main reason he will not allow you to manage him is because he has to have that separation. And that's, to be honest with me, the reason I won't let you manage that portion of my life, because I need a separation. I need you to be my wife.
Right.
I don't, because that manager situation, that business relationship is a totally different relationship.
Right.
Like if I go out and get an outside manager, if I go out and get an outside person to manage things, if it goes wrong, I have my wife to talk to about that.
Right.
I have someone to confide in. I have someone.
Right.
But if that person is the same, Usher is the prime example. Usher Raymond is the prime example of that. It's not that Usher didn't fire. Everybody always say, well, Usher fired his mom. And no, Usher didn't fire his mom. He fired his manager. Because because that line got so blurred.
Him and his mother were losing themselves.
They were losing themselves
because their relationship was concerned.
Because that line got so blurred between business and personal. And allowing you to do that, our personalities won't allow that, because our personalities are dominant.
Right.
And to be honest, when it comes to that, you're not going to listen to me as the client.
Well, here's the thing. This is the thing. I see what, like you said, when people ask for my help and I help them, like you said, and they do exactly what I say, and it works out well. But I just see something. So is it that you don't want to deal with this dream? Because even if I don't do it, I give you these ideas, baby, go for this and do this, because I know what I know about you, you won't move. So is that, when you know that I know, so what is that blockade? What is that? Why is that block? Or are you saying, because I tell the kids the same thing. I said, what it is that you take very much for granted that I'm your mom. And I am your mother, but I'm a knowledgeable person. And so why wouldn't you, if you see what I can do, even if you don't want me to manage you, at least take the ideas that I give you and run with those ideas?
I can't speak for my sons and or my daughter. I can speak for myself. For me, a lot of it is the one thing, I truly believe in all your advice. I truly believe in all your counsel.
Right.
All your counsel. I say it all the time, and you think I may be joking, but I truly believe like you're the most intelligent person I know.
Right.
But a lot of it is that you want me to do something that I don't fully believe in. And not your advice. I believe in your advice. I believe in every path that you've ever sent me down. But I don't necessarily believe in what I'm doing. So when it comes to the spoken word, when it comes to the writing, if I followed your advice, it would get me to a certain level. But do I truly believe in the art that I'm putting forth?
Right.
And that's an everyday struggle with me.
Right.
If I'm being transparent and being honest, that's an everyday struggle with me. Do I truly believe in my creativity? Do I truly believe in the product that I'm putting forth?
Right.
Do I truly believe that there's a market for my stories? Do I truly believe there's a market for my writing?
Right.
Do I truly believe there's a market for my voice?
Right.
And am I truly willing to take that chance on doing it?
Because every day that you wake up, and that's not you, that all of us, and we go to work, we're taking a chance. Because no job is like you can walk in there and be like, don't need you no more. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
So, and like you said, it goes back to, it's their business, but the thing is, you're taking a chance. So why not take a chance on you? Even if you fail, even if it doesn't happen, why not take a chance on you? And that's not that, but that's the thing, because you're willing to take a chance on me and want me to, and you impart the very thing that you talk about me, you impart to me and want me to do it. And I'm like, sure, Sanchez, let's try it, let's go. And we do the daggone thing. That's what we always do. But I really think that as a husband and a father and a grandfather now, that it is your time. It is your season. And I really believe that. And I think, again, it just goes back to what you've always been taught, is to be a husband, be a hard worker, and be a provider. And I believe in my heart, I know in my heart that you're so much more than that. It by yourself, not talking about corporately, but by yourself as an individual. And I just think that this is the season for you to do what you got to do. If no one reads it, who cares? If you don't feel it, fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like going to work every day and be like, but you do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's your season. I think that now that the kids are gone, I think that now is just us. I don't like to say just us, because us is amazing. Us is amazing. Us is amazing. But I think it's your season. And the reason why, when she said that, I wanted to talk to you, because I really believe, I hear everything that you're saying, but I really believe in my heart, and I could be wrong, and guys, it's my perspective, I don't care. I don't think that men allow themselves to dream. And I don't think that that's what happens. And that's the hard part for me, is I don't want to ever see you not dream. I don't ever want you not to have give your best of what you supposed to have. I think this is your season. I think you deserve to give the very best and have the very best. And I think that the only way that our marriage can go to the next level is that we are both dreaming corporately, but we're both dreaming individually, and you're doing the daggone thing what you do best, and I'm doing the daggone thing what I do best, and then we bring it back together. I don't know. I believe that you just never had permission. So I'm giving you permission. Sometimes I believe in marriages, wives don't give husbands permission. I'm giving you full carte blanche permission to go live your best life and your best dreams. And I think sometimes we don't do that because, and I know for a reason, for sure, because we had a podcast. On the podcast, when you first wanted to dream and quit the job and do the books, right. And you said, how could I come to my wife and tell my wife and family, because I'm taking this amount of money out of our income.
Right.
And I don't care. And I told you, we could sleep in a car. I don't care. If you're going to be stressed or sick or mental issues with that, you don't have to have it. I'm okay with that. And I think that a lot of times husbands feel like they don't have the right or the permission, to do that. And I know why sometimes too, but I'm just talking about husbands right now. But I want to give you permission as of today to go write these books, live your best life. Corporate America will be there. Do what you need to do. I think I know we got to go. We long, but I just really believe I want to be the one to give you permission. I don't have to manage you, but I will back you. I will get the 2 jobs if I have to. I will do whatever I do to back you because that is how much I believe in your dream like you believe in mine. And I think together we're a power couple. So I don't think there's any reason why you should not do that. So yeah, I'm done with that. That was long-winded. Sorry, family. Again, we don't talk about it till we get on the mic, and so it might be long-winded, but he needs to hear it, and maybe your significant other needs to hear that too, that I believe in your dream, and I'm willing to back that dream too, and I give you permission to do it. Yeah.
All right, what's your final thought?
My final thought is I believe in your dream, and I'm going to back you. And now that I know, I knew some of it, but we've never really verbalized it, and now that I know that, I need you to just go do it, babe. Just go be great. But go ahead. What's your final thought, Mr. Crenshaw?
My final thought is find the roadmap. If you do feel lost, find the roadmap. Mm-hmm. That's my final thought.
Yeah.
Family, as always, we thank you guys so much.
And one more. And talk to your significant.
So you got a second final thought.
Yeah, I got a second final thought. Come on, second final thought.
Come on.
And honestly, do what we just did. Talk to your significant other. Let them tell you what they're really feeling, and do what you do. Back them.
Let's go with that.
I ain't got no third thought.
You sure?
I'm good.
All right. I can close now?
You can close it up. Close it up. Close it up. Okay, sorry.
So family, as always, we just thank you guys for listening. We thank you for being a part of what we're doing.
Yes.
However you're listening to us, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Play, whether it's iHeartRadio or Amazon Music, or on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Continue to follow us on the socials.
Come on now.
We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, all under Crenshaw Corner.
Yes, we are.
And then please continue to email us at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, our email address is thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. And as always, family, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.